Good day, guys. So in today's video we're going to make the bag on your screen. Yes, and I'm going to use this pink beads. There's a beads I have, so you can use any other color that you have. So to start, you first pick three beads as usual. You fix it in your left hand fishing line. That's after you've taken your fishing line. Then with the fourth one, that is what you lock with. So we have three here, then one. We lock with that. Then we make sure the ends are equal. And we pull for it to get to the bottom. So now the next step is we fix one here, then we lock with one. So let's quickly do that. One here, then one in the right facing line also. Then we lock with the third bead. And this also goes through that. Make sure the ends are still equal, then we pull. So this is what you're supposed to get. And you make sure you stretch it. Yes. So this is what you're supposed to get. So you are supposed to we are doing the same thing. I mean, the second step, we are doing the same thing over and over again, so we get 30 on that row. So this is the third one bead here, one bead in the other fishing line, then you lock with one. So this is what you get. You always stretch it. This is what you get. So we are repeating the same step till we get 30 here. So over here, let's say we've made three. 1 2 3. Yes, this is what you've made. 1 2 3. So you are doing you are repeating the second and third step till we get 30 on this lane. Yes, so that means with this three, we are left with 29 27 more to add up. So it's the same step. One in my left, then one in my right, then I lock with the third bead here. Then you pull and stretch. With this very one, make sure you stretch it well, because other than that your bag won't stand firm. Yes, so as you can see, we've made 4. 1 2 3 4. That's what we've made. 1 2 3 4. So let's do that till we get our 30. Then I'll show you the next step. Yes, so this is my 30. I'm done with the 30. So let's do the next step. So the next step, as is there like this, I'll put the beads now in my right hand fishing line. I'll put 3 beads in my right hand fishing line. So 1 2 3. And with this very third one, the third one on it, yeah, we have 2 here, so this is the third one. Then I'll lock my left hand fishing line with it. So my left hand fishing line goes to lock it, then I pull. After pulling, this is what you get. You see that the fishing line is no longer here. It has now turned to this side. You see, yes, that is what you get. So now we are going to make this part also. So with now your left hand fishing line, kindly follow what I'm doing so that you get everything. With now your left hand fishing line, you fix 3 beads in that. Then with this very third one, you lock your right hand fishing line with it. So this is what you get. Then this fishing line goes through the bead by it like this. Then you fix another 2 beads here in your left, 2 beads in your left, so 1 2 in your left. Then you lock with this one. So you're supposed to get something like this. We are making the next step. Yes, and this part, I mean, this design is a bit complicated, so if you don't follow strictly what I'm doing, you might end up messing it all up. So now, after making these two on the 10, what you do is this fishing line, the right hand fishing line, or the fishing line that is towards this part, it goes through 2 beads here. 1 2. It goes through these 2 beads. 1 2. No longer 1 bead, it goes through 2 beads. So let's fix it in those 2 beads. As you can see, that fishing line is in these 2 beads. Then you fix three beads in your left, 2 3, and with this third one you lock the other fishing line with it. Then you pull so that this circle gives you this becomes a circle of 6 beads. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yes, that is what you are doing. So you repeat the same step so you get 6 of this. Yes, so let's go. The second one, we are doing the same thing again. This fishing line, the fishing line that always comes towards this side, I mean the right hand one, goes through 2 beads here. Then the left one picks 3 beads. Then as usual, you lock your last one with the other fishing line, or with the opposite fishing line. Then you pull. Make sure you always pull, because this is a bit technical. If you don't always stretch it, it will end up becoming something else. So as I said, we've made the second one. We now have 1 2, so you are making 6 of that. 6. Yeah, so the third one, and you pick 3 beads. Then you lock. Yeah, so that is it. You can see that it has begun to take shape. Yes, that is how it is. So we now have 1 2 3. So let's quickly add the third, then we move on. Yes, so because of time, I had to pause it and quickly do that. And now you can see that we have the circle of 6. We have 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yeah, this is what I wanted you to do. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. The first two is not part. We are counting the circle of 6. We now have the circle of 6. We have 1 2 3 4 5 6. And the next step, we are now not going to fix it in 2 beads again. We are now going to fix it in 1 bead each. So it goes through 1 bead like this. Then you put your 2 beads in your left hand fishing line, 2. Then you lock with the last one. You lock your right hand fishing line with it. As I said, this design is a bit technical, so if you don't pay close attention, you might mix everything up. So we are going again. The right hand fishing line goes through the next one, 1 bead. Then you fix 2 beads in your left hand fishing line. Then you lock with the right one again. So this is the second one we've made. We are making 3 of that as well. You lock again. Then your 2 beads goes through your left hand fishing line. Then you pull. You always stretch it. Yes. So now we are done with that one as well. We now have three here too. One, two, three. Yes, that's what we wanted. So now we are going back to this part. We are going to be fixing the right one. The fishing line that is towards this part, we are going to be fixing it in 2 beats again, and we are going to do that 6 times. So let's say we fixed it in 2 beats. Now we are going back to what we did here. So now 3 beats. We are picking 3 beats with the left hand fishing line. 2, 3. So as you can see, you have 3 beats here. Then you lock the right one with the last one. With that very 3 beats, the last one. Yeah. So this is what we get. So we are doing that 6 times. So the second one, it goes through 2 beats here. Then you pick 3 again. You lock the last fishing bead with the other fishing line. So as you can see, we've made 2 of that, 1, 2. So we are doing that 6 times. So let's quickly do that. Always goes through 2 bead. We are now making the last one. As I said, we are making 6 on that part as well for 5. So this is the 6th one. The same step repeated. Then with the 3rd one, you lock with your other hand fishing line. So you can see that it has taken shape. Yeah. So now over here too, you just do your normal 1 1. So it goes through only 1 bead here. Then you lock with 2 beads. Then you fix this very fishing line, the right one, through this bead. Then you put two beads into the right fishing line, the one that you just placed in. You put 2 beads in that. So the 2 beads this time doesn't go through my left but goes through my right hand fishing line. There's my right hand fishing line. Then with the last one, the last bead, you lock with your left hand fishing line, so that everything becomes like this. So after making it like this, you can turn it for it to be easier for you. So turn it, and let's make this part also. So as you can see, it has started taking shape. Yes. So this is very simple but a bit complicated. So you have to go through the steps one by one. Step by step, just as I did, so that you don't miss anything out. Yeah. So let's continue. Yes, so this step, after turning it, you are going to fix. Now this one now becomes our left fishing line. So you are going to fix 3 beats in that. 1, 2, 3. The outer fishing line. Then you lock with the last one with this fishing line, the right fishing line. So it becomes something like this. Then we repeat the same thing with the next one. This our right hand fishing line, the one that is towards this part, goes through this bead here, the next bead by it, only one, yeah. Then you lock with you fix 2 beads in your left hand fishing line. Then you lock the last one with it. So now this becomes your left, this becomes my right. So now you are going to now be fixing this very bead, the fishing line in my right, in 2 of the beads here. So it's going to go through 2 beads here. So as you can see, it went through this and it went through this as well, 2 beads. Then we are now going to add 2. We are now going to add two beads. So the two beads goes through my left. This is my left. This fishing line goes through my left. Then I'll lock with one. I'll lock the right fishing line with the second bead. Yeah. So as you can see, so that also gives us a circle of 5 beads. So 1 2 3 4 5, a circle of 5 beads. 1 2 3 4 5. So we are going to repeat that 6 times also. So this is the first one. Is going to go through this fishing line. I mean the right one is going to go through 2 beads again. Then this also picks 2 beads. The left also picks 2 beads. Then you lock my right fishing line with the last one. So my right hand fishing line is going to go through the next 2 beads here. Then my left hand fishing line is going to pick 2 beads also. Then I'll lock my right with the last one. So we are just repeating that 6 times. As you can see, we've already made 3. 1 2 3. The circle of 5. That is what you are counting here. We've already made 3. 1 2 3. So it's left with 3 more to go. By doing so, we now have our 6 of the 5 beads. I mean the circle of 5. So this is a circle of 5. We now have 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yes, we now have the 6. So meaning the right fishing line now is going to go through only one bead. Then we still continue with our 2. So we fix 2 beads in the left hand fishing line like that. Then in the last one, we lock our right with it. Repeat the same step 2 more times. Goes through the next bead, just one. Then now, as you are done with the 3, 1 2 3, we are now going to go back to fixing the right hand fishing line in 2 beads. We will fix it in 2 beads like this. As you can see, it's in these 2 beads. Then we will still continue fixing only 2 beads in our left. So this is my left. I'll fix 2 beads, then lock the second one with the right hand fishing line. So that also gives us a circle of 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Yes. So I'm doing that 6 times. So as I've already made the 1, I'm now left with 5. So you repeat that same step again. You fix 2 beads, you lock the last one with it. Two beads, you lock this and that one with it. So 2 beads. So this is supposed to be the last one. If you count from where you started that one also, you will have 6. So we started the circle of 5 from here. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beats. It started from here. Then we've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of that. Yes, so this is the set one. So after making the set one, your fishing line now goes through only one bead. So one bead here, then you lock with the 2 beads. As you can see, so one bead here, then you can lock with 2 beads. I mean, you fix 2 beads in the other one, then you lock with the last one. So when you get here, by now my fishing line is short, so I'll just lock it. I think I've already taught how to lock the fishing line, so it has to be easy. So mine is short, so I would have to lock it. Wherever yours gets shorter, you can lock it there. So mine just got shorter here, so let me lock it now. And in locking it is just fixing it back in. I've already taught that, so it's not something that I'll really waste much time on again. If you don't know, you can quickly go back and watch the previous videos. Yeah, so we've now locked it. Anyhow you choose to turn it, it's okay, but make sure it's in this circle. We are going to make the next one. With the next one, that is going to be, I think, very simple. So let's fix it in this part. This is me fixing my new fishing line. I fixed it in only the first bead. So this becomes my left hand fishing line, then this becomes my right. So in my left hand fishing line, I'll fix 3 beads in that. Then I'll lock my right hand with it. Whenever you pick a new line, make sure that the ends are equal, so that after making it, you don't get one fishing line to be longer than the other. So I'll enter my right hand fishing line together, bead by it again. There's my right hand fishing line. Then I'll put 2 beads in my left and lock with the last one. So with this step, we are repeating the same thing throughout. So it's going to go through one bead. The right one is always going to go through one bead. Then you lock with only two beads from the left. So we are going to repeat the same step till we get here. Let me do 2 more and quickly do the rest. The right one always goes through this bead. Then with the left, you pick 2 beads and you lock the right one with the last bead. So it's the same step. Let's keep repeating that step. So we get to the last but one. Let's continue till we get here to the last. Yeah, so this is me. I repeated the same step till I got here. So as I said previously, make it till you get to the last but one. So with the last one, my right hand fishing line goes through that, the very last one. Then with that same right hand fishing line, you pick 2 beads. Then you lock your left hand fishing line with it, so that you get something like this. The fishing line comes towards this part. So let me turn it this way again. So turn yours this way so that you can get it. So we are now going to make the next step. So as usual, you always make your first two. This is my left hand fishing line. You pick 3 beads with that. Then with the last one, you lock your right hand fishing line with it. It goes through the second one again. Then you lock with 2 beads now. 2 beads in your left. You lock with the last one. So you're supposed to get something like this. Now the next one, the right hand fishing line is going to go through 2 beads here. So 2 beads like this. Then with this very one, you pick only 2 beads with the left hand fishing line. Then with the last one, you lock with your right, so that you get back your circle of 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get a circle of 5 beads here. So we are making that 3 times. We've already made 1. Then we are doing that again. So your right hand fishing line goes through 2 beads. Then you pick 2 with your left hand fishing line. Then the right one locks the last one. You pull. Then let's make the third one. It goes through 2 beads. 2 beads in your left. You lock with the last one. So now we are going to go through. You are done with the 3 that I spoke of. 1, 2, 3. We are counting the 5 beats. So 5, 5, 5. Or you are done with that one. So we are now entering a right hand fishing line through only one bead, and we will be doing that 3 times as well. Then we lock with 2 beads. So 2 in our left. You lock our right hand fishing line with the last one. It goes through only 1 bead. Then 2 in our left again. You lock the right one with the last one. It goes through 1 bead. 2 in our left. So we were making 3 of that as well. So we have 1, 2, 3 of that. So we are now going back to fixing my right one in 2 beads here. So after making the 3 of the 4 beads, so first after making these 2, we made 3 of the 5 beads, 5 circles. So 1, 2, 3. Then we made 1, 2, 3 of the 4 circles as well. So now we are making the 5 back again. So my right hand fishing line goes through 2 beads here. 2 beads. Then I'll lock with my left hand. I'll enter 2 beads with my left hand fishing line. Then I'll lock with the last one. So 2 beads again. Then now I'll fix 2 beads in my left, lock with the last one. I repeat that step again for the last time. Two beads in my left, lock with the last one. Now I can fix it in only one bead, then still 2 beads in my left. I'll lock with the last one. So my right one went through this, then now I'm turning, so I'll pick 2 beads in that and now lock with my left, so that after turning, the fishing line will come towards this part or will be in this bead. So I can now turn it like this again. After turning it, the outer one, this very one, that is the outer one, it now becomes my left. Then the inner one becomes my right, right hand fishing line. So now you are almost completing it. You pick 3 beads, you fix it in your left hand fishing line. You lock. The right hand fishing line goes through the next bead. You pick 2 beads now, fix in the left. Then the last one, the second bead, you lock with your right. You repeat that step one more time. It goes through 1 bead. That is the right hand fishing line. Then 2 beads in your left. You lock with 1. So over here now, our right hand fishing line, after making the 3, 1, 2, 3, after making 3, our right hand fishing line now goes through 2 beads here. It goes through these 2 beads. So it's now going through 2 beads, 1, then the second one. As you can see, we have 3 beads here. So this step we lock with only 1 bead, only 1. Then we repeat what we were doing. We are now entering only 1 bead. 2 beads in my left. Then I'll lock with the next one. Two beads in my left. I'll lock with my right one. I'm still entering 1 bead here. Two beads in my left. I'll lock with the right fishing line. So now, just as we did for here, we fix this right one into these 2 beads again. So over here too, we now have 3 here, 2, 1, 2, 3. So start from here, we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So more like we've made 6. Then we are entering this right hand fishing line through these 2 beads here. So 1, 2. Then you lock with only 1 bead. Then we continue. It goes through only 1 bead here. Then we now fix two beads in it. So it goes through the left. This is my left. Then I'll lock with my right. I repeat the same step for the two. Two goes through my left. I'll lock with one. And then the last one, the right one goes through it. Then I'll lock two beads through that, the right one. Then I'll use the left one to lock it, lock the last one rather. So as you can see, we are almost done. You can now turn it again. Still with this. This is the outer one, is still my left hand, so you fix 3 beads in that. Then you lock with your right. You pull for it to be tight. It goes through, the right one goes through the next bead by it. The right one went through the next bead by it. You fix 2 beads in that. You lock. So now this right is going to go through these 2 beads. 1, 2 is going to go through these 2 beads. So 1, 2. Then I'll lock with only 1. Then the right one goes through this bead. Now I'll lock with 2 because it's in 2 beads. It has to be a box of 4, so I'll lock with 2 in my left. I'll fix 2 in my left, then lock with the last one. Now my right is going through these 2 beads again. So 1, 2. Lock. As you can see, so my right goes through this 1 bead by it. I'll fix 2 beads in that. 1, 2 from my left, then my right locks it. Then my left goes through the last one. Then, as I always said, 2 beads goes through that. Then you lock with the right. So as you can see, you've completed the step, just left with this part. So over here, what you do is you fix 1 bead in your right hand fashion line, then 1 bead in your left hand fashion line. So 1 bead goes through your right, then 1 bead goes through your left. So it's now something like it. Then with the right one, you enter this very bead from the top. That's with your right hand or the outer fashion line. The one you fix the bead in, you enter this from the top. Then it comes to lock the left one. You already had a bead in it. Yeah, so it comes to lock with it. You pull and you are done with it. So you now enter this bead. The right enters the right one. The left enters the bead by it from the left. Then the right goes through this very bead here. The left goes through that same bead from the other direction. Then we are done. you now have to lock. The only thing left is for you to lock it. And as I said, yeah, I've taught you how to lock it already. So you lock it and stretch it so that it becomes tight and doesn't come off easily. So this is me locking mine. As you can see, we have this beautiful piece. We are making two of this. But before that, let's quickly make this part. So over here, you count three from the outer side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So then on the third one, you cut a small fishing line. I mean, a fishing line that when you double it, it's what this size. I mean, something small. Then you count three from the outer side. 1, 2, 3. And on the third one, you fix your fishing line inside. Then this is my right, my left. This is my right. So with my left, I'll fix 3 beads in that. Then I'll lock with my right. Make sure the ends are equal. My right goes through the next bead by it. I'll lock with 2 on my left. Then the right one goes through the very last bit. Then you can turn it. After turning it, the one that used to be your left now is your right. I mean, and this one is now your left hand. So you fix 2 beads in this outer one. Then you lock with the last part. I mean, the other fishing line. You get something like this. Then you make 3 beads. You fix 3 beads in your now left hand. Then this one goes to lock it. Like that. Yeah. So this one, I mean, this your right one now goes through the next bead. Then with this very fishing line, you fix 2 beads in that. Then that bead, left hand fishing line goes to lock the previous one, the one that has the fishing line in it already. It goes to lock it like this. Then you can now lock it. You can now lock what you've just done. So let's quickly lock it. You stretch it for it to be firm. This is me just locking it. So I'm done locking that, and I'll do the same thing for this part as well. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3. Then with the third one, my small size fishing line, I'll fix it through the third bead like this. Then this my left hand fishing line, I'll fix 3 beads in that. I'll lock with the right one and make sure the ends are equal. My right one goes through the next bead by it. You fix 2 beads in that. You lock. Then my right one still going through 2 beads. Still going through the last bead by it. Then I can now turn and change my hands. So this outer one now becomes my left hand fishing line. You fix 2 beads in that. Then I'll lock the last one with my right. So it becomes something like this. You fix 3 beads in the outer one as well again. Then you lock with your other one. I mean the right hand fishing line. Then the right goes through this bead here. Then with the left, you fix two beads in that, and it goes through the bead that the right went through. It goes through that same bead from the opposite direction. Yeah. So you can pull both fishing lines now and make sure it's firm. Then you lock it. It's that simple. So I'm locking this. So by doing so, this is what you get. And we have to make twice of this. Two of this. So you are going to make the same thing again. So you can quickly do that. You take the step that I used to teach this to make that same thing again. And we are making a bag like this. Not this design, but the formula is the same thing. So this is the part. As you can see, this is the part that we've made. Just like this. So you're repeating this. You need two of this. So you can quickly do that as well. As I was saying, you need two of that. And these are the two. So 1, 2. You have to make two. So after watching the first video, you have to rewatch that video again to make the second one. It's that simple. Yeah. Then again, you make your mat. You make two mats. One is 3 by 14, a mat of 3 by 14. Then the other one is 3 by 30. How do we call it? 35. So 3 by 35. That is the second one. Yes. So with the 3 by 14, let's fold it and join the part. So you fold it like this. Like this. Yeah, because that is going to be a handle. So you fold it like this, then you join the parts. If you have already locked it, no problem. You just take a new fishing line. That is if you have already locked it. No problem. You have to just take a new fishing line, then insert it into any of the corners. It can be here, here, or here, here. So anyway, you just insert it like this, then you follow what I'm doing. So let's say I locked it and I have inserted mine here. Yeah, so let me show you how to lock it. After inserting it as I've done, you pick two beads. One goes to each of these fishing lines. So one goes to the left like this, one goes to the right like this. Then with the left one, the one towards the end of it, this very one, you lock that one to this fishing this bead, the opposite bead. Then you pull it out like this. So this fishing line, after inserting the beads, went to this bead. Bring it out like this. Then because we already have one in our right, we now lock our left hand fishing line with it. Then it becomes something like this now. So what we are basically doing is we are basically locking this part also. Yeah. So then after that, the right, this in my right, the right fishing line goes through the right bead. Next to it, the left fishing line, that same goes through the left bead in it. Then you lock with one bead like this. So the right goes through the right, the left goes through the left, then you lock with one bead like I'm doing. So you do that throughout so you get to this part where you lock it. Yeah, you continue to do that. Right goes through right, left goes through left. My left is going to go through the left bead.
one at a time, then I lock. So let me quickly do that so that this video won't be that long. Yes, so after that, we've now gotten to the end of it. If you followed what I said, so the last part, right goes through right, then the left equally goes through the left bead. Then you lock with one bead, and now you can lock this. So let's quickly lock it. Yes, so this is it. So this will be a handle. And before I go on, I'm sorry, I forgot to say this. One bead can make this bag. Yeah, one bead can make the half moon shape, the half shape bag, or the moon bag, or something. So this is a next step is we are joining a 35 by 3 mat to the bag that the half pairs that we've made. So it is going to be something like this. Do you get it? We are joining this part. We are joining everything here. Yes. So to start, you fix your fishing line in any of the corner or first beat. Let's say this part or this part, or it can be at any of the far ends. So I chose to fix mine in this very fishing line. Then you put one bead in the fishing line, in the outer fishing line. So this is the outer fishing line, what I mostly call my left hand fishing line. Yes, so then after that, because you are going to lock this like that the outer fishing line that you fix the one bead in, that same fishing line goes through this again. And one bead is already in it. It goes through this bead. Then you pull so that it becomes something like this. Yes. So after pulling, this is what I get. Then you fix one bead in any of the fishing lines. So let's say I fixed it in my left, then I'll lock it with my right. If you fixed it in your right too, you will lock with your left. Then you pull that one also. So if you pull, this is what you get. And this is the process of you locking this mat, the mat to the half shaped that you've already done. Yeah. So let me continue. And in continuing, one or the right hand fishing line goes through the right bead that is on the mat side. Then the left hand fishing line goes through the left bead, which is now on my half shaped bag or half mat bag. Then you lock both fishing lines with one bead. So let's say it goes through my left, and I'll lock with my right. Then pull again. Make sure you stretch it for it to tighten up. So this is what we get. Yes, so we are just going to this is what you get actually. We are just going to repeat these steps, this step throughout till rejoin this mat to the bag. So in doing so, as I've already taught you, this is my right hand fishing line. It goes through the next bead here like this. Just one. My left also, the fishing line on my right, on my left also goes through the next bead by it, the left. It goes through just one bead like that. Then I'll now lock with one fishing line, one bead. If it goes through my left fishing line, then my right fishing line goes to lock it. Then you pull and stretch it. You pull and stretch it. So this is how it's going to be. So we are doing that till the circle is complete. Let me just make one last one, then I will leave you to do the rest because it's the same thing that we are going to do. Then my other fashion line, this time my left, goes through this bead as well. Then you lock with one fashion line. And you stretch it. This is what you get. So let's do that till this part is complete. Since it's the same thing that we are going to do, let's quickly do that. Okay, so I've gotten to this part, which is the last one. As you know, I started from here, taught you how to lock it, and I've been doing it till I've now gotten here. So I'll just add my last bead, then I will lock. I chose the pink, but if you have any other color that you wish to use, that's fine. So when you get to this part, you can now lock it. I mean, you've done for this part, so you can now lock it and move on to the next part that you would do. And after locking, there is what you get. Half of our bag is done. Yes, so there's how it looks now. Half of it is done. So we just need to attach the other half. And just as we did for the other side, we are going to do the same for this side also. So with this side too, you can, after cutting your fishing line, you can fix it here, either here or here, anywhere you choose to start from here. So I chose to fix mine here. Then as we did for the first one bead goes into your left hand fishing line. This is my left hand fishing line. Then that same bead passes through this very bead here, the one I'm showing you here, into only that bead. You pull and you check whether your fishing line, the ends of your fishing line are equal. Then you can now lock both fishing lines with one bead. So this is it. You check again. If it's equal, then you pull. Then you pull everything. So you get something like this. And just as I taught you, or just as we did for the other side, you do the same thing for this side also. This is in my right, or this is at my right hand fishing line. So that one goes through the right, like that, only one bead. Then the one in my left also goes through my left hand fishing line. The bead on my left side, that is the half bag, the half mat I've made. Only one. Then you now fix one bead, which will eventually lock it. So one bead goes through the left, then the right fishing line goes through it to lock. Check again if the ends are equal. If you don't make sure the ends are equal, you finish and realize that one fishing line is longer than the other. That is why you always have to check if your fishing lines are equal. Yes, so after doing so, you pull it. I mean, make sure as you're pulling it, you pull it very strongly for it to be firm as well. Yeah. So you get something like this. Then you continue just as you did for the other side. So all this part is not joined, but we've joined the first part. So as usual, my right hand fishing line goes through the bead on my right. The left hand fishing line equally goes through the next bead on my left, like that. Then I'll join both of these fishing lines with one bead. As you can see, then I'll pull it for it to be firm. So just by doing so, you will be able to lock that part as well. So let's quickly do that. So now I've locked this side also. As you can see, Started from here, then we went all the way down there. So I've locked this tie. So I've joined it. The only thing left for me is to lock it as well. So I'm now coming to lock it. And for locking, I believe by now you should know how to lock it. So I will not waste much time on that. Yes, now let's fix the handle because obviously we are almost done with the bag. Yes, this is how it's looking. We are done. We are almost done with the bag. So let's fix the handle. So in fixing the handle, you remember this one that you made, right? Yes, that is going to be a handle. So it's going to be something like this. So now what we do here is that we fold the sides, this part. You fold it like this. So on this very one, you you push the three, this three, one, two, three. You push those three inside. So this one remains, then this three will go inside. This one two will remain. So let me do it for you to see. You push, this will remain. Yeah, you push the rest inside like that. This will also remain. Then you push the rest inside. As you can see, then you can fold it like this. So if you can check it really well, the ones that you folded inside, one, two, three, that is our three, but the one remains. So something like this, just small from here. I mean, you can push from one, two, three, four. Yeah, just that is okay. It goes like that. Then we do the same thing for this part also. You can hold this, makes it easier for us to fix our handle. Yeah, it's now going to be easy for us to fix our handle. And in fixing our handles, that is pretty much simple. This very one, this bead, we are going to fix our fishing line in that bead. Then after doing so, you realize that the fishing line is in that bead, right? Yeah, so you put one bead in each fishing line, one bead in the left, one bead in the right. So the right came out. I mean, the right is the outer fishing line, this one, and there's the left. So with the left fishing line, oh, I'm trying to make this stand. With the left fishing line, this very one, after fixing one bead inside, it goes through the opposite bead from the back. Let's say this is the front, so it goes straight from the back like this. Yes. Then you lock that same fishing line with this. You make sure the ends are equal. Then you pull like this. It's that simple. Then after that, you can still pick one bead and fix it in either fishing lines. So one goes to the left, one goes to the right, like this. Then as you can see, we now have four here. We now have four beads here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We now have this four. Yeah, so with this four, if you check this part also, we equally have four here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so this four also. We will now fix the fishing line. If you put it down like this is my right, so I'll fix my right hand fishing line in this bead. If you're holding it like this and you fix it here, you won't get how do I say it, your handle will come out because this bead will fix on this, I mean, like, will be fixed on the outer bead here as well. So if you're holding it like this, like it is right now, this is my right hand, right? So it will go through the upper bead here, the one straight on the surface, the one at the edge. Yeah, So it will go through that from the right hand side. Then I will lock my right hand fishing line to my left. Remember, I placed a fishing line, I mean a bead in my left hand fishing line already. So then you pull it like this. Then the next thing that you do is, you see this bead here, the right fishing line goes through that. And with the one facing down, have you seen this bead? The four that we counted, the one next to it, this very bead, the one inside, this very bead. The down fishing line also goes through like that. Then you lock both fishing lines with one bead. And you pull for it to be tight. You pull, make sure it's standing like that. Then you pull. Just like that. Then again, this bead, the fishing line goes through that. The upper fishing line goes through that. And the lower one goes through this bead as well. The bead here. So it goes through it from this side. Only that. Then you would have to fix another, lock both fishing lines with another bead. So what you are doing is you are attaching your handle to the main bag. Then you pull. So after that, you can see that there is this last bead here, last bead over here, this very one, the one that the scissors is pointing to, that one. The bead, the fishing line facing down or facing the bag enters that. Then the bead, the upper fishing line too enters through this bead. The one just next to where it crosses, yeah, this bead, it enters that. Then because we already have this bead here, the fishing line at my right hand side enters through it from down to the top. Then the one at the top already also enters through that same bead from the top to the bottom. Then you pull for it to tighten, yes. And now what you do is you can either choose to lock it, or you choose to reinforce it for that part to be firm, because that is where the bag is going to the handle, yeah. That is the part that the bag will take more of its strength from. So I choose to reinforce mine. And in reinforcing it, what you are basically doing is you are just passing the fishing lines through it all over again once more, so that that part just becomes strong. So that is basically you reinforcing it. So you can choose to do same. You can choose to reinforce it by passing your fishing line through the part that you just made. So as you can see, we are done with this part. We are just going to do the same thing for this part as well. The same thing as we did here, then our bag will be complete. So if you remember what we did here, our fishing line was fixed in one of these. So let's say this part. Then we fixed one bead in each fishing line now. So one bead here, one bead there also. Then the bead that is towards the lower side, this very one, we fixed it right back, right through this from the back, like this. Then we locked that fishing line with the opposite bead. Made sure the ends were equal. Then we locked. Yes, so We repeat what we did before again. We fix one bead in each fishing line now again. One bead in the left, one bead in the right. Then with the right bead, right fishing line, you enter this very bead. You enter it from the right hand side. Then that same fishing line goes to lock the bead in the left. You stretch it, for it to be enforced. Turn it like this. This upper fishing line goes through the bead here. The lower one also goes through the bead over here. It goes through this very bead. Then you lock both with one fishing line. Then you go again with the upper fishing line. It goes through the bead here. So it goes through it like that. Then the lower one also goes through the bead at the lower level. This very bead. It goes through that. Then you lock with one again. You lock with one bead. You stretch. Then now the last part, there is a bead here inside here. So the lower fishing line goes through that bead. Then the upper fishing line goes through this very bead here. Then that same fishing line, the upper one, it goes through this bead here from the top to down. Then the down one also goes through it from the down parts up. Then you stretch, and you can either choose to reinforce it or just lock it and cut. So you reinforce, then you lock it. So this is me just reinforcing it. As I said, you can choose to do that depending on how you want it, but it's always best to reinforce it so that your bag can at least last. So let me quickly reinforce that, then we move on from there. Yes, and as you can see, by doing that, we are done with our bag. And this is the only remaining of one pack. I don't know what is happening now. At first, if you get a pack of beads, you can use it to make that and the flap, but now one pack can't make that and the flap. So this is also a new design. As you can see, this is all about the moon shape or the half bag. So you can, with this, you can just simply get your satin pouch, then you draw it like that, you fix it in, and you're good to go. I think when I was starting, I made some bags in this form, and trust me, I got a lot of orders before I even thought of making a flap on it or something. Yeah. So that is it. As simple as it sounds. Finally, we are done. So thanks for watching this part also. I'll see you in the next videos. All right, thanks.